I will be
one and the same.
making our way, well, hopefully one and the same, making our way across the...
Richard Thomas entered the world on June 13, 1951 in New York City, surrounded not by movie cameras, but by the disciplined world of ballet. His parents, both professional dancers and founders of the New York School of Ballet, filled his childhood with music rehearsals, choreography sessions, and the quiet poetry of classical artistry. Growing up backstage, Thomas learned early that creativity is not a performance, it is a lifestyle. The emotional subtlety, curiosity, and instinctive empathy that audiences would later admire in him were shaped in those early years, long before he ever faced a television audience. Although acting wasn't originally the family trade, Thomas slipped into it as naturally as breathing. He began performing professionally while still in grade school, landing roles on soap operas, appearing on Broadway, and sharing scenes with major stars like Paul Newman. Yet no role defined him more profoundly than John-Boy Walton, the gentle, thoughtful eldest son of the Waltons. When the series premiered in 1972, Thomas became the emotional center of one of television's most beloved families. His portrayal was so honest and layered that it earned him an Emmy Award just a year later. Even after he left the show in 1977, the character remained permanently linked to his public identity, a symbol of decency, reflection, and moral clarity. What followed for Thomas was a career marked by daring choices. He refused to be confined by the shadow of his Waltons fame. Instead, he pushed into everything from war dramas like All Quiet on the Western Front, 1979, to the chilling world of Stephen King's It, 1990. On stage, he tackled some of the most demanding roles in the Shakespearean canon, performing with an intensity that reminded critics of his classical upbringing across decades and dozens of genres. His performances were consistent in one thing: sincerity. Fame was never his pursuit. Truth was. Despite spending most of his life in Hollywood, Thomas remained astonishingly grounded. He built a stable, private world, 2 marriages, 5 children, and a reputation for integrity that set him apart in an industry known for chaos. Colleagues often described him as calm, thoughtful, and quietly generous, a man who showed up prepared and left ego at the door. One of the most meaningful relationships of his life grew from his time on the Waltons, his bond with Ellen Corby, who played Grandma Walton. Thomas has only recently spoken in depth about how profoundly she influenced him. To him, Corby was far more than a castmate. She became a mentor and a surrogate grandmother. Her strength, discipline, and emotional honesty shaped his understanding of acting. During difficult periods, she grounded him. After her stroke in 1976, Thomas visited her often, reading to her and offering companionship. Her determination to return to the show after her recovery left an imprint he never forgot. Today, when Thomas reflects on his journey, he speaks of Corby with deep affection. She taught him, quietly, consistently, that dignity and kindness are the true marks of greatness. He now passes those lessons along to younger actors, carrying forward the legacy she began. In honoring her, he honors the artistry, compassion, and humanity that shaped his life.